All right, today we are going to do topic 11.8, which is elapsed time. And elapsed time is the amount of time that passes between one point in time to another point in time. You watched the video on Brain Pop Junior, and they showed you some examples of how to find elapsed time. And I want to take you a couple steps further today to help you understand that, because I do think this is a more challenging topic that requires more work on your end. So they showed you several ways on Brain Pop Junior on how to solve that. One was using a timeline or a number line. One was just counting on using your clock. And you can use subtraction. Like if you remember our last time we did addition, we added the times to see how much time in lesson 11.7. Subtraction is more challenging because you have to remember that base 6. We're not in a base 10 for time, we're in a base 6. So when I regroup to subtract, I'm not giving them a 1. I have to add 60 minutes to it. So then I have to, I'll be honest, it's a lot more difficult. So my suggestion to you is to stick with either drawing out that timeline or the number line and using that strategy, or using the clock strategy. And I'm going to kind of show you that right now on an example I have. All right, so the first thing you're going to do, and this is going to be like your worksheet today. The first thing you're going to do is you'll have 2 clocks, and we need to know how much time has passed. So I have to look at my first clock, and if I look closely, I am going to zoom in just a little bit. If I look at my first clock, I see my hour hand is at the 2. So I'm going to put 2, and notice I use my dot dot to tell me I'm moving to the minutes, and my minutes is 5 minutes. Now I can't just write 2:05. That's not how we write time. I have to write 2:05. So in my minutes, there's always 2 numbers in the minute spot. 2, it can be 1's a 0, that's fine. It's a placeholder. We cannot just have 1. Now I'm going to look at my second clock. And my second clock, my hour hand is between that 6 and 7, so my hour is 6. And my minute hand is pointing to the 7, and I know 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So it's 6:35. Now, how much time has passed? Well, my minute hand has to go from the 5 to the 35. So I'm going to count that. Here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I know the time passed is something 30. I know my minutes is 30. Now I need to find my hours. I went, oh my goodness, oh yeah, I'm just looking at my clock wrong. I went from 2 to 6. So now I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I can put my 4. So 4 hours, 30 minutes has passed, or I can write it as 4 hours, 30 minutes. Okay, I will accept either way. Time written like this way or that way, however you want to do it. Let's go, and you can also abbreviate hours. We talked about H for hours and M for minutes. Either one is fine, okay? Let's go to this next clock. Here I have my hour hand is pointing to the 4. So it is 4, and my minute hand is on the 2. That's 10 minutes. And my second clock, my hour hand, ooh, it looks like it could be pointing to the 6, but when I look at my minute hand, it hasn't gotten to the 12. So I know it's not 6 yet, because that has not gotten to 12. So I know my hour has to be 5, and we're gonna put 55. You're not gonna have to worry about the exact minutes. It really looks like it's more like 53. But we're going to round to 55. Okay, so let's start with our minutes. And we are going to start at 10 to get to 55. 5, and 55 is pointing to the 11. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So I know I have 45 minutes. I need to figure out my hours. I went from 4 to 5. Oh, that's pretty simple, right? If I go from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I'm only 1 hour, 45 minutes. We starting to see what we're doing here? So here's 11:05. So I'm going to write 11:05. And on this one, my hour hand is pointing to the 12. And my minute hand's at the 4, and I know when my minute hand is pointing to the 4, it's the 20 mark. So my minutes from 5 to 20, oh, that's simple. I can say 20 minus 5. I could do that mentally. It's 15. I can say 15 minutes, and I'm gonna go back there. And how many hours? I went from 11 to 12. That's 1 hour, 15 minutes. And then I could do my final clock. But I think by now you guys have a pretty good idea of how to do that. So today you're gonna look like this. Mrs. King's gonna fix this a little bit. So you have space to write the time underneath each one. So that can help you. All right, so this is your assignment for today. I wish you the best of luck on it. I know you'll do wonderful. Let me know if you have any questions. See ya.